Mike followed the woman into the elevator. As soon as the doors closed, he shoved her against the wall. The next instant, Mike felt an excruciating pain, while Annie calmly and gracefully walked out of the elevator, unfazed. By now, Jack had just recovered from the pain, but moments later, the elevator suddenly malfunctioned. His cries for help echoed in the empty space, but no one responded. In desperation, he called the elevator company, only to be told by the repairman that it would be fixed in 10 minutes. Just then, a piercing scream came from the other end of the line, followed by the call being abruptly disconnected. Mike anxiously waited inside the elevator, but even after 10 minutes, the maintenance crew still hadn't shown up. He tried to pry open the elevator doors, managing to create only a small gap. Left with no choice, Mike called out for help again, but there was absolutely no response from outside. In a moment of despair, he frantically tried to crawl out, but his body got stuck. Helplessly, he retreated back inside the elevator, waiting for rescue to arrive. At that moment, his wife's phone call came through, her voice urgent and panicked. She said there were strangers knocking on the door at home. Mike anxiously advised her not to open the door and to call the police immediately. Meanwhile, he could only wait restlessly in the elevator for the repairman to arrive. However, half an hour had already passed, and still, no one came to save him. Just then, Mike's wife called again, her voice filled with urgency and terror. She told him that the outside world might be experiencing a horrific terrorist attack. Mike immediately turned on the news and discovered that his wife's words were true. Suddenly, Mike saw a group of people running away, but not a single person heard his cries for help. At that very moment, Annie suddenly collapsed in front of him, her eyes filled with despair, begging Mike for help. Mike quickly grabbed her hand. However, the next second, an invisible force violently yanked Annie backwards. But the crisis was only just beginning. Stay tuned for part 2.